And welcome back. Today we have a great group of beef producers here with me, sharing their insights, concerns, and ideas about U.S. beef exports. Let's get back to our discussion on the important Trans-Pacific Partnership trade deal. And Renee, let's start with you first. You know, with TPP approval, what are some of the other benefits we expect outside of the increased access to the Japanese market?
Well, Russell, I think that once we start getting into markets in a way that we haven't been able to before because of a more level playing field, from the standpoint of live cattle exports, as Kevin mentioned earlier, sometimes it takes years to get negotiations going. Well, it takes us years to get a health protocol negotiated with other countries. TPP is going to help us not only with the beef exports from the United States, but it's going to help get some health protocols into some countries we currently don't have. And it's just going to pave the way. That's a whole nother market for our beef cattle producers here in the United States, not just semen, embryos, and beef, but live cattle as well. So that's giving us all another opportunity of another way to market our cattle.
The TPP doesn't represent a one-way street. But we're also going to be raising those health requirements in those countries that would wish to import product into the United States. So TPP gives us another opportunity to help guarantee to our producers right here at home that our standards of production are also the requirements that they're having to operate and abide by to bring product into the United States.
You know, basically these trade deals like TPP really do give us some stronger leverage, if you will. And the thing about it is, the world's not going to wait for us to make up our minds on TPP. They're going to move forward with or without us.
Right. And so to that point, one of the examples of that is how China is seeing trade in the Pacific Rim. Absent of TPP being passed and the U.S. being a leader in that, China is poised to go ahead and start right now. They're negotiating a separate trade agreement with a whole host of Pacific Rim countries as we speak. So if we fail to get TPP passed, China is going to be, by de facto, the leader going forward as a economic trade leader in the Pacific Rim. And I think that's bad policy for the U.S. to lose that status. So it's important to get TPP passed so China is forced to come aboard the TPP, because if we do pass it, for certain, China at some point in the future will want to join in and be a part of the success story of TPP. And we shouldn't overlook places in addition to Japan for TPP, like Vietnam. That's also a growing middle class, and that's going to be a huge component, I believe, into the future, where I can send products from our ranch through the chain and end up giving us price supports in places like Vietnam.
Malaysia and Indonesia, those
exactly.
are big emerging middle class markets as well. Yeah, so. And that's going to be a big market down the road too.
Missy, a big question that a lot of folks have when it comes to the TPP, and more specifically the beef cattle industry, are what about the beef imports, and should we or should we not be worried about the volume of imported beef from other countries under TPP?
Well, when you talk about importing beef, a lot of people that don't understand think that we're bringing in steaks, ribeyes, tenderloins, but we're not. The U.S. consumer wants U.S. steaks, they want U.S. product, but the United States does not produce enough lean beef to meet our hamburger demand. So what we're doing is we're bringing in lean meat from other countries, such as these other countries that would be involved in the TPP, to meet that hamburger demand to mix with our lean trimmings.
So that helps us answer the question about volume, but Renee, there's also that lingering question about safety.
Safety's on the mind of everybody when it comes to products coming in. You know, I think everybody can remember back years ago around, it was around 9/11, when they had foot and mouth in the UK. You know, one of those cases, they had two bouts of it, and one of it was a piece of beef that was not properly handled, and in the FMD is just, it was devastating for the entire continent there. I mean, for the UK, it was awful. We fear this. TPP is going to help with phytosanitary regulations to level the playing field, to make sure that any product that comes into the United States is as safe as our products that are going out. And that is important for us. We all fear FMD. And this is going to put the teeth into it to make sure that their products coming in will be safe and protect, the cattle ranchers in the United States.
Yeah,
Russell,
absolutely.
I would agree. I don't think that statement can be overlooked or could be highlighted enough. One of the big drivers that folks throughout the country, when you talk to people at home, want to talk about is the safety issue. And I think if there's anything that we need to really highlight and remind people is that, again, the idea that we're increasing the standards on both sides of the shipping and the receiving side of this equation, that we're going to be able to guarantee to our friends and neighbors that those standards that we operate and abide by are also required amongst those that are going to be importing product into the United States, either on the hoof or in a package. And we've seen recent rules go through the process where states and national cattlemen have been very involved in, and I think this is another thing that'll give us a chance to help ensure a higher level of, a level playing field for the production side of the process.
Yeah, it sure will. Well, we appreciate all of your insights, and we're going to have more on beef exports and the Trans-Pacific Partnership when we come back. So please stay with us.